What up, world, and welcome to a brand new edition of the Jay and Will Show. I am Jay, and Will's here with me. What's up, Will? And per usual, we have our expert bookie, entrepreneur slash, expert in the world of gambling.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I can't keep them. Oh yeah, no, but I can keep niggas from breaking your legs or whatever.
That's fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, rocking the best mask I've ever seen is Ed with our Degenerate Minute. Take it away, bro.
All right. So we back as usual. Trying to get you some money, trying to get you paid. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I'm here for. You know, I don't give a fuck about what's happening in these games. I don't give a damn about Justin Herbert throwing for 400 yards on Tom Brady. That ain't shit to me. I don't care about Dak throwing for 500 yards against who was that, the Browns? I don't care about them losing. I ain't gonna start. I do care about that. Kind of hurt. But at any rate, you know what I'm saying? I just trying to get you paid. You know what I'm saying? So as usual. I told y'all last week to bet your damn overs, and let me tell you something. Your overs hit. They hit. All your overs hit. All your little overs hit. Let me tell you something. The average NFL football game this year point total is 49.5. All of them. Okay, niggas is putting up points in bunches. Is coronavirus out here? Trump got it. Your cousins got it. Everybody got it. Ain't nobody trying to hit. I'm trying
allegedly.
to
Allegedly,
allegedly he got it. Well, he couldn't breathe when he got back to the White House. So all I'm saying is, ain't nobody trying to get this shit. So ain't nobody trying to hit.
For the record, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Junior Minute, but for the record, I do want to say he had to go up a whole bunch of stairs, bro. All I'm saying is,
no, I'm not buying it.
It was a lot of stairs, bro. Let me stop before you start saying MAGA or some shit. Go ahead.
He wasn't good going down a ramp a couple of months ago.
That's true.
My point is, the president is old and can't breathe. The defense ain't trying to catch that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they canceled the Titans game and almost canceled the Patriots game. But Cam Newton didn't play nowhere and they got their ass whooped. In either case, my point here is, ain't no defense happening. Ain't nobody tackling. Ain't nobody hitting. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing. It's going to be scoring. It's going to be all offense. It's going to be like a motherfucking NBA game out here. So if you got overs on them, if you see an over in about the mid-40 range, if it's under 50 points, go and take that shit. That's automatic money for you. I'll give you an example. This week, you got 3 overs you can easily get. Bucks Bears is on Thursday night. That's Tom Brady versus Nick Foles. Tom Brady just threw for 5 touchdowns. Enough said. The over here is 43 points. Can the Bears defense hold Tom Brady to under 20? Can the Bucks defense hold the Bears offense to under 20? No. My point is here, bet your overs. Ain't nobody trying to hit. Go on and bet it. All right. So next over. You got Philly, Pittsburgh. Carson Wentz unashing the ball at a high rate. But he's still slinging that thing downfield. You understand me? He good for about 2 touchdowns a game. It's Big Ben. Enough said. The over for that one is about 44 points. I'm pretty sure they both gonna roll over, get out of bed, and get 30 on each other. That's 60. You hit your over. Your last over right now is the Browns versus the Colts. The over total right now is 46.5. Now that seems high, but again, I told you the average NFL game is 49.5. Go on bet that damn thing. Go on do it. Cause see, Odell Beckham just got a nose for the end zone right now. He's starting on my team. I didn't like that shit.
Thank
It was
you.
some bullshit. I wasn't a fan. But we ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about favorite teams. We ain't worried about who the hell wins. We trying to get you paid. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do. All right, last couple of picks, and they really just you know what I'm saying, hit the spread. You got Gardner Minshew and the Jags down 6. Who they playing? It don't matter. Take
Houston.
Minshew. I don't care. Take Minshew. I don't care. I don't care who they play. Is Minshew, you giving Minshew less than a touchdown? That boy gonna cover. He gonna cover. They ain't gonna tank. They can't tank for Trevor Lawrence. Minshew ain't gonna let him. He wants his job. He gonna keep slanging. It is what it is. And the last pick, all right, I ain't gonna stunt. It's a risk.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it unless you got a big dick.
Uh-oh.
Money line for the Browns. Browns are playing the Colts. Colts ain't showed me shit. The Browns got a defense. Go on and bet that thing. Go on bet that thing. You see, because that's all I really want to do. That's all I'm here for, trying to make you some bread. You know what I'm saying? If you want to parlay that, hey, get your 4 times your bread back. Anyway, that's all I'm here for. You can parlay your Jags and your Browns money line, get you some big bread, and then you can always bet your overs and parlay those. You know what I'm saying? And if you tie those things together, you get a big profit. That's all I want. I'm a profit for your profit. You feel me? I might go to hell for that. Anywho, this is Ed's the Gentleman Minute. You know what I'm saying? The generating and making money, generating and degenerating money for your ass.
Hey man, I don't know who you're looking for, but stay safe out there, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem. You know,
all right, boy.
I get that.
Stay safe.
Appreciate you, man.
Always, gentlemen. Y'all take care.
You too, boy.
You too. You're fantastic.
Man, it always is like he like on the run or like
something happening. Something
about to break. He kept looking over his shoulder. I was like, oh, he looking for somebody looking for him.
I love it.
He looking for somebody.
Absolutely
I appreciate it. Hey, when you putting up the accuracy he's been having, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. I've been tracking it too. It's like, it's been on steady. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been one of the things where I've been talking about, I need to do that, and I just haven't been doing it. But I was on it last week. I was like, nah, bro, I gotta, like, enough's enough. So, yeah, exactly. So, you know, speaking of being successful, one of us was more successful than the other one last week. I think this is the first time we didn't have a tie.
Yeah.
But Will got me last week, y'all. He went 10-5 on picks, and I went 9-6. So still right there. Yeah. But obviously, this is the first time somebody's been in the lead. So shout out to Will for last week, and I can gain a little ground this week. So without further ado, we will go ahead and get started with Week 5's picks. So we'll start off with the Thursday night game that has the Tampa Bay Bucks visiting the Chicago Bears.
I'm taking Bucks. They're the favorite right now, even though they're the road team. And so far, I keep choosing. My Thursday has been horrible. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, let's keep that thing rolling. Let's go Tampa.
Hey, consistency is key.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I just I'm gonna go with Tampa as well. I just don't have a reason to pick Chicago. I mean, obviously their defense is what it is, but you know, we'll see how it goes. It's a short week, so you know, I think there's something to be said about that, particularly when I know Mike Evans is kind of banged up, and Chris Godwin didn't play last week, and they just lost O.J. Howard for the season, and Brady's 43. So who knows how his body's going to react to that quick of a turnaround. So is there a chance? Yeah, there's a chance, but it's not likely. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay on this one as well.
Yeah.
All right, so move to the Sunday games. Early slate starts off with the LA Rams visiting the Washington football team.
Rams, because the only wins that they have so far are against the NFC East team, so you're gonna keep that thing rolling.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's taking turns with the NFC East. So, to your point, there's no reason to pick Washington. And I kind of need them to lose so the Cowboys can stay in contention for first place in the division. So, I'm going to go with the Rams as well. Next game is going to be Buffalo taking on the Tennessee Titans.
This is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Tennessee hasn't played in. They've had that early bye week because of the Rona.
Right.
But Buffalo's been on a roll though. And they're trying to stay ahead of the Patriots too. God, this is an early game too. I'm gonna go Buffalo. Buffalo gonna win it at the end. I think they're gonna win. It's gonna be a one-score game.
Okay.
It's gonna be a one-score game, but I think Buffalo gonna pull it out. Buffalo got this one.
Okay. This one, I agree. This one is a toss-up, I think. And, Tennessee does have what you would normally say is a benefit of having a bye week or coming off a bye week, but without them having the ability to go into the facility and do anything, it's tough to see how they'll, be able to get back in the groove of things. It may take them a couple of weeks to kind of get their feedback on them, especially with so many of the players getting contracted COVID, and just one or two. So I think it will take them a little while to get going, and I think Buffalo's on a roll right now. I think they're one of those teams where they probably don't want to see that bye week for a while because of the way that they're rolling right now. So I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one as well. But I agree. I think it'll be a close game. Derrick Henry's, one rush away from changing that game and making it, a win for the Titans. But we'll see how that layoff works for them or against them this week. Next game. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I don't think they get back into the facility until tomorrow. Like they have to they had to have a couple days straight of no positive tests. So I think they had that today, and I think they finally will open back up tomorrow.
For the first time since their last game.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And so I just I know bye weeks players typically do take the week off or whatever, but doing things to resume and stuff like that. And from my understanding, like they didn't know until like Thursday or Friday where the game was gonna get canceled. So it's like you went that whole week assuming that you were gonna play. So you didn't really have that typical bye week because at least during that week you can kind of turn it off and get your that break away. But throughout that bye week you were preparing to play on Sunday. So they kind of got screwed from that perspective, I think. And so, we'll see how it goes. I think, to your point, them not even being able to access the facility may make things difficult for them to kind of get their groove and get their feedback under them. And so, you'd rather play a team like the Cowboys in this week than have to worry about a team like Buffalo that's 4-0. So I think it'll be close, but I think Buffalo will pull this one out. Following game, we have the Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got Steelers rolling. They had to force early bye week as well because their game would have been against the Titans. But for them, they didn't have like the Rona test, so they could have, even though it was a bye week, I feel like they still would have ended up spending that time as far as getting into the facility and having not necessarily extra practice, but just still being able to go through the process. And so I think that's going to end up happening. And plus, Eagles are in the NFC East, so they're going to hold that L.
Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles for two reasons. One, I feel like the Eagles are one of those teams where it's like right when you try to put that last little bit of dirt on their grave, they find a way to kick out too. And they kind of fool you into thinking like, well, maybe they do have a shot. And I feel like this might be one of those games. I think it'll be a close game. I think that for me, I just feel like this is one of those games that's like tailor-made for us to feel like, oh, Pittsburgh's going to take care of them, and then they don't have their own normal game, and then Philadelphia sneaks one out at the end. And so kind of like what we thought last week, like we kind of felt like, Philly hasn't showed us anything all year, so there's no reason for us to pick them. And then, they run into a team with a quarterback that shouldn't have been playing, and you see how that stacks up. So obviously, Pittsburgh doesn't have that issue with the quarterback, but I just feel like this might be one of those trap games for Pittsburgh. And so I'm going to pick Philly for that reason and for I can't pick everything you pick. So,
That's real.
So yeah, I'm going to go with the upset special on that one.
All
right. Next game, Arizona Cardinals visiting the New York Jets.
I got Kyler. He's going to get off the schneid. They lost 2 in a row. So they're going to go up to New York, roll him. He's going to give me 45 points on my fantasy team for me.
Yeah, I think as long as their field holds up and nobody gets hurt, Arizona should take care of business there. Again, no reason to bet on the Jets to win anything. Next game, we have the Raiders visiting the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs win this one. They already had the close game with the Patriots. They just played. They didn't play that well yesterday.
Nope.
So I think that's going to force them to play that much better on Sunday. So, and unfortunate for the Raiders, it's them.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say is that there's been a couple of teams between the Chargers and the Patriots who have kind of shown there are ways to slow that Kansas City offense down. The only question is, do you have enough firepower offensively to be able to beat them? Even if they didn't play well last night, but they still put 26 points. Yeah. So do you have right? So do you have enough to get to 28 if you beat them? Yeah. And I think Vegas does, but they seem really banged up, man. Like, if anybody knows it's me, because I got Josh Jacobs and he's been kind of slumping the past couple of weeks. Yeah. And I don't know if their offense has enough. I think it'll be closer than people expect. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means, but I do see, especially with Kansas City being at home, whereas if they were on the road against LA, I'm going to go. And last week was kind of fluky because of the fact that they didn't know when they were going to play, and it's kind of weird. But they still won, obviously. So I'm going to go with Kansas City as well. I think it'll be closer than people would think, though.
Man, it's you feel like it's going to be closer to Vegas because Vegas got them as a 13-point favorite.
No way.
Yeah,
I might have to bet. For Vegas to cover that because I think it'd be closer than that. Like, and I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's a divisional game.
Yeah, and you got to throw out the normal stuff when it's divisional.
Yeah, it's a divisional game, and it's just like, everybody thought, the Chargers. And they signed a rookie quarterback. They're gonna take care of them, and they almost lost the game.
Yeah.
So it's just not, I think Chargers defense may be better than the Vegas defense, but I think it'll be close. I think 13 is kind of disrespectful. I think that'll probably come closer to the mean as the week progresses. Mm-hmm. I think we'll probably see it get around like maybe 8.5 or 9 by the weekend, but 13, I might look at that when we get on. Yeah, I might put something on that one. Next, we have the Jaguars visiting the Houston Texans.
So this one's going to be interesting because Texans are winless. They just fired their coach. So I feel like that's going to hype them up to want to really ball out. Primarily because there was a fracture between Bill O'Brien and his team from all the bad moves he made as a GM. So for me, I got Texans in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Texans. I think they're going to get off the schneid and beat Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think this is like the first break they've had in their schedule. Like they've had, it was like Baltimore and then
Yeah,
Kansas City and then Pittsburgh and then Minnesota. Say what you want about them. I mean, they're a good team. They haven't played like it,
yeah,
but they have the talent on the roster. I think they've been kind of hit with injuries a little bit too, but
yeah,
they're not a bad team. So they've been kind of hit with a rough schedule up front.
yeah.
And I don't know if O'Brien's firing was just because of them starting out 0-4, but I think it was enough reason for them to be like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
and we're 0-4? Oh, yeah, you got to
yeah,
go.
yeah,
So I think having that breath of fresh air, so to speak, and kind of like that new life in those guys, I think will be enough to kind of pull them into getting the win. I mean, Jacksonville, it's a mixed bag. You never know what you're gonna get from them week to week.
yeah, yeah,
So I think with this being the first game without outside that Bill O'Brien era, I certainly feel like they'll come out and get a win and probably end up having the same record as us before the day is over with. So I'm gonna go with
yeah.
Houston as well. All right, next game is the Bengals traveling to face the Baltimore Ravens.
Uh, Baltimore got this one, but the rookie is going to show out. Baltimore's going to win, but yeah, Joe's going to show out for this one. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore too. Seems like the only team they lose to is the Chiefs, so they're
Yeah,
not playing the Chiefs this week, so I'm gonna pick them to win. Um, I I would agree though. I think I hope because I like Joey a lot. I hope he does have a great game.
he will.
Um,
He had like the fourth or fifth, something like that, quarterback rating last week. It was something. I think it was the rating. He had 80.9 or something like that.
hmm.
But it was like top five, top 10, some right around there. Uh, so he's getting as it proceeds, he's getting better and better. So
And it's just a matter of like, can he get time to do something? Like if that O line gives
yeah,
him time, he can make some noise. But they hadn't at least the first couple games, they weren't giving him a lot of time. So hopefully that's changing and kind of turning around for him, and they can use to him and are able to protect him a little bit. Because that one game, I think it was against Philadelphia, he almost got killed. Like I think
yeah,
Fletcher Cox like almost knocked his head off. It was nasty.
yeah,
Um, so they can support him and keep him upright. He's got a chance. So I hope he
yep,
does have a big game, man. I'm rooting for that kid.
yep.
Next game is the Carolina Panthers, and they are visiting the Atlanta Falcons. This part will be quick too.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
So I think the Falcons going to win this one.
I'm never
I
picking the
think,
Falcons again.
yeah, I think the Falcons going to win because they actually played. They lost by 2 touchdowns, but the Green Bay game was interesting because it just felt like they were just hanging around. Like for the most part they ended up pulling away won by 2 touchdowns, but it felt like that they were able to just hang around because against Green Bay they stopped them at the 1 yard line, and then they had damn near 99 yard drive. Like they end up getting stopped at like the 4 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
So you had that long ass drive just to get down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they end up having to kick the field goal, but it's going to be right there. So I got the Falcons in this one. It's going to be close. And the only reason why I really had the Falcons winning this is because of no McCaffrey. If
Mm-hmm.
McCaffrey is there, then yeah, it'll be a walk off for Panthers easily. So yeah, I got Falcons in this one.
Okay. Yeah, there's no way I'm picking the Falcons ever again. So I'm going
Uh,
with Carolina. I think Carolina's like slowly starting to turn a corner a little bit. I think they
mm,
started 0-2 and they won their past two. And that I think the Arizona game was pretty impressive to me in terms of how they kind of made things difficult for Kyler after they were kind of like riding the high off of being 2-0.
yeah,
So I think there's potential there, and Bridgewater kind of went off last week a little bit. So if it was just a matter of them kind of figuring out the new system, and you got a new coach, a new coordinator, a new quarterback,
mm,
and obviously you don't have your franchise player like you said, and McCaffrey. So kind of having to figure things out on the fly, I think maybe could have been the reason for the slow start. But they've won their last two, and like I said, I just don't have any trust in Atlanta to do anything right.
Yeah,
So
understandable.
I'm gonna go with Carolina in this one. We'll see if Julio was able to. Did he play last week? He didn't, right?
He did. He
He played last
played,
night.
but he ended up. It was like he ended up leaving early. He ended
Okay.
up. He didn't play the whole game.
Okay.
But he did play.
Okay. So it's a short week, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, he's feeling better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just no. Sorry, bro. Next game, the Miami Dolphins visiting the San Francisco 49ers.
I don't even know. Well, because so Miami, okay, so yes, Miami is a bad team, but then you would think that San Francisco was good, but they got all these injuries,
Mm-hmm.
and these injuries, oh my goodness, it just changes everything.
Everything.
But I got 49ers in this one. That's a long trip for Miami from South Beach all the way to
It's the Bay Area.
yeah. So I got 49ers in this one. Yeah, it's a tough one, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Miami. I think that with a depleted secondary, I think that Fitzmagic has opportunity to kind of go off a little bit. I don't know if Byron Jones is gonna be ready. I think he's still out, which if he is, it's gonna be tough. But are they gonna go back to Mullins again, or are they gonna put in CJ Beathard, which they did last week to kind of help them try and come back in their game last week? And CJ Beathard should have been playing the whole time. Obviously, the way he was playing when they pulled Mullins out, I think they kind of gave him a chance to beat Philadelphia. But I think that's the thing for me is the inconsistency or lack of knowing what kind of production you're going to get out of San Francisco's quarterback position, especially with even with Byron Jones being out, that's still a decent defense they have in Miami. And I think the only thing that could trip them up, like you said, is the fact that they're traveling cross country. But I think I'm gonna go with Miami in this one in upset. But probably about the same confidence as you have in picking San Fran.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, not a whole lot there. But I think
we got to pick someone.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do a push. All right. The next game, is this a late game? Because if it is, we don't deserve that. Okay. Wow. America's game of the week. Wow. That's horrible.
Which one?
The Giants visiting the Cowboys is at 325.
I thought it was on CBS. Oh, it is on CBS.
Yeah, that's why it's bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they know the Cowboys Giants always get ratings.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Both teams good, both teams bad. They one good, one bad.
Hey, it'll be a close game. It'll be a close game. I'll give them that.
Yep.
What you got on that one?
I got the Cowboys because we can put up 40 points a game, even though the defense gives up 40 points a game, but the Giants only score on average like 12 points a game. So I think they're gonna. I think we'll end up winning just because I think they're gonna allow Dak to play more or quicker, faster pace than what they typically. Instead of waiting until the second half, I think over the past couple of weeks they have seen how Dak, when they open up the offense, allows him to play better. So I think that's what's going to end up happening. You just got to talk to him and Zeke about turning the ball over. But I think Cowboys got this one.
So we have 8.5 minutes left. But I want to ask you about this game, and then we only have 4 more, so we'll run through those 4. I'm a little torn about what's going on with the Cowboys, and part of me feels like you're biting your nose to spite your face. That's probably not the right way to say it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Because what's happening is, to me, if you know your defense is liability, why are you in such a rush to run up tempo, no huddle, like run such a fast pace when your defense needs to their liability? So I would keep them off the field as much as possible. I'm not saying take the same approach to Jason Garrett, where it's like run on first down, run on second down, throw on third down, but I feel like they're so pass heavy that they're not even giving the defense a chance to rest, because they're not getting the ball. Like, the Cowboys are having a drive because they have the worst field position on average in the league.
Yeah.
So, it's not like they're having a short field to deal with. They can just like take a chunk play down the field and score a quick possession. They're having a drive every time they get the ball. So I would want them to incorporate more of the running game because you have what you consider to be an elite running back. I know the offensive line is suspect, and that could be why they're not doing it as much.
It is why.
But it's just like you're playing into the defense's hands. I mean, you're playing into the other team's hands to me when you're so up-tempo, because if you get 3 and out, you only wasted 30 seconds off the clock, and defense is going to go right back up there and give up another touchdown. Yeah. So you, that's so you think it's the O-line is the reason why they're playing that way?
Yeah, because when it comes to your rush, so for your pass rush, it's a burst, constant burst for them to do a pass rush. Mm-hmm. But for the for run defense, it's not the same. Mm-hmm. You can basically just clog it up and then wait for somebody to come in. For a pass rush, you have to actually get through the line and try to get to the quarterback. Right. So when it comes to our run offense, it's because they're constantly it's just so many people getting hurt on the O-line. They don't have the same movement. When our offense was top notch, they were fluid when it came to our run offense. But now that it's just constantly rotating out. Their pass is a lot better because you have that chance to stand there, and then you have a better chance of passing on the block, unless they just getting ran through like Steele was. But it does give you a chance to see who's there, and then it allows Dak to call the protection and just move from there. Because Biedish, he's been playing well at center, being able to call out the protection as well, being able to call out the defense. So that's why, like, you have to do the fast pace just to get the defense, because you're going to wear out the other defense as well. Especially you get a couple of completions in, then you can rush to the line just to keep the defense from trying to sub out. Yeah, that's when you start to wear them down. And then on the back half of that drive, that's when you start hitting them with Zeke. They're tired, they hadn't got subbed out. Hit them with Zeke, and just drive it down. Because even if you go fast pace, you can do fast pace with the run game, just to keep them from subbing. But going slow motion allows the defense to set up. So that's why I want them to go fast pace.
It just scares me, man, because I feel like they're almost playing against their own defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Chip Kelly style.
Yeah, it's just like, I get it, because what you explain makes sense to me. Yeah. It's just I'm just scared because I don't trust them dudes to make no stops ever. And so it's like, it's almost like if you don't score, you're putting points up for the other team. Yeah. Like if you don't get 7, they about to get 7. So it's like, okay, well now they're about to get 7, so now we're behind again, so now we gotta rush again. Now if you don't get something then, like if we don't get something after they score and they score again, well now we're down 2 scores. Now we really gotta, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're spinning your wheels to me, which is like, dang, we can't depend on defense to do, but and we may have to do like a separate one for that.
I'm ready for that.
So I'm gonna pick Dallas in this one because it's the Giants, and somebody gotta do something. Somebody gotta do something, right? They can't score, we can't stop scoring, so something's gotta give somewhere. So hopefully with Tony Romo at the calling the game, we'll be able to step up and make some plays and get a win there. All right, so we got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, so we'll run through these last 4. So we have the Indianapolis Colts facing the Cleveland Browns.
I got the Browns at home.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm picking Cleveland. I mean, I'm picking the Colts. Yeah, I just don't know about Cleveland yet. I don't know yet. Y'all, yeah. I mean, the only good team y'all beat, the only good team y'all play, y'all lost to in Baltimore, and then they played Washington. They played us, and they played somebody else. I can't remember who they. Cincinnati. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Denver visiting the New England Patriots.
Cam will be back, right?
They haven't said yet.
Well, I think they'll still win. I
was going to ask you if it's going to be like the Mike Evans and Mike Thomas thing you did a couple weeks ago. You're like, it depends. If he plays, this team going to win. If he don't play, this team going to win. But you feel like it'll be there regardless?
Yeah, the way that the Patriots played Kansas City, because if Patriots didn't give up all those turnovers, the game would have been much closer. Because the ball off of Edelman's hands created that pick six. So it would have been a much closer game than what it ended. So I got the Patriots in that one.
There are a lot of people saying that if Cam played that game, they would have beat the Chiefs that night.
I mean,
it's hard to argue. That's right.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to New England on this one too. I think Denver's decimated. They only had a quarterback or wide receiver. They're just trying to stay afloat. But New England's the wrong team to play when that's the status of your team. So
yeah.
Second to last game, we have the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks as well.
I need to talk to somebody trying to get a wide receiver off the Seahawks.
I mean, I got one. I got one. So you know, I mean, as long as he don't fumble the ball at the one or whatever.
Yeah.
But
they were saying like between you and Ed, I might have to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I need some help too. So we'll talk about it. In the Monday night game, we have the LA Chargers visiting the New Orleans Saints.
I got the Saints in this one. I think Bad Arm Breeze has enough around him to be able to win the game. So
upset special. I'm picking the Chargers, baby. You saw what they did to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
You saw how they hung around Tampa Bay yesterday or Sunday.
Yeah.
The Saints are not better than those two teams. So I'm going with the Chargers in this one.
Well, I mean, are they not better than Tampa? They did beat Tampa.
That was week one.
Mike Evans.
Yeah,
Mike Evans. Michael Thomas. So, I get it.
Okay. We got less than a minute, so I'll go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. We appreciate you guys for watching. As always, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Rel, for the opportunity, man. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next week. Appreciate it.